Breaking crypto update, best crypto presale 2026, why MemeToro is gaining attention in the AI Memecoin sector. Best crypto presale 2026, why MemeToro is gaining attention in the AI Memecoin sector. Street Insider. This matters for the agent economy because autonomous agents react to news faster than any human trader. Stay tuned for analysis. Best crypto presale 2026, why MemeToro is gaining attention in the AI Memecoin sector. In this video we break down what is really happening, why it matters, and what to watch next. If you are building, investing, or just trying to understand where crypto is heading, this is the shift you cannot afford to miss, because it is quietly rewriting who gets to participate in financial markets. Today we are diving deep into Best Crypto Presale 2026, why MemeToro is gaining attention in the AI Memecoin sector. This is one of the most talked about shifts in crypto right now, and understanding it early puts you ahead of the noise. We cover the technology, the key players, and the real risks that most coverage ignores. By the end of this breakdown you should have a clear mental model of how this piece of the agent economy actually works, and where the genuine upside and the genuine danger really sits. Let us start with the core idea. Source: Street Insider. This story is developing and facts may change. When you look at the on-chain data, the shift is already visible. A growing share of transactions are now signed by programs rather than people, and that quietly changes how liquidity actually moves through the system. The institutions that used to own this layer are being bypassed by open protocols anyone can plug into. Underneath the hype, what is really being built is a new kind of financial plumbing that runs without a human in the loop. For builders, the mode is no longer the idea itself, it is execution quality, security, and the ability to keep an agent reliable under real market stress rather than in a controlled demo where nothing can go wrong. The teams that win will obsess over failure modes, not feature lists. An agent that quietly loses money at 3 in the morning is worse than no agent at all. This is not just theory anymore, we are seeing real capital, real users, and real infrastructure form around it. The pace of change here is brutal, and the projects that survive the next cycle will be the ones with actual utility rather than pure narrative. Keep that lens on as we move through the rest of this breakdown, because the gap between the pitch and the working software is exactly where the real opportunities and the real risks live. Here is where it gets interesting. Why it matters for the agent economy. Autonomous systems react to news faster than any human trader, so headlines move on-chain flows within minutes. The interesting part is not the headline, it is the plumbing underneath. Autonomous systems only work if the underlying rails are cheap, fast, and composable enough to act on in real time, and most legacy finance simply was not built for that kind of responsiveness. That is why this wave is happening on-chain first, where every action is a cheap, programmable call. For users, the practical question is simple: does this thing actually do something useful without you babysitting it every 5 minutes? And can you see exactly what it is doing at any moment so you are never flying blind? Trust here is earned through visibility, not marketing. If you cannot explain what your agent did last night, you do not control it. This is not just theory anymore, we are seeing real capital, real users, and real infrastructure form around it. The pace of change here is brutal, and the projects that survive the next cycle will be the ones with actual utility rather than pure narrative. Keep that lens on as we move through the rest of this breakdown, because the gap between the pitch and the working software is exactly where the real opportunities and the real risks live. To understand the mechanics, we need to look closer. Takeaway: monitor on-chain activity and social sentiment, not just the token chart. Most people still think of this as a future scenario, but the infrastructure is live today, running on public chains where anyone can audit exactly what an agent did, when it did it, and what it earned. That transparency is the real unlock, because it lets strangers trust software they have never met. It also exposes every mistake in the open, which is its own kind of accountability. For investors, the signal worth watching is retention and genuine usage rather than token price. A tool that people actually run every single day will outlast a token that pumps purely on narrative and then fades. Look for real on-chain activity, not screenshots of dashboards. The market is getting better at telling the two apart, and that separation will only get sharper. This is not just theory anymore, we are seeing real capital, real users, and real infrastructure form around it. The pace of change here is brutal, and the projects that survive the next cycle will be the ones with actual utility rather than pure narrative. Keep that lens on as we move through the rest of this breakdown, because the gap between the pitch and the working software is exactly where the real opportunities and the real risks live. So that is where this piece of the agent economy stands right now. The agent economy is evolving faster than most people realize, and the window to understand the infrastructure, not just the hype, is open today. Follow for daily breakdowns of the bots, frameworks, and on-chain agents rewriting crypto. And if this breakdown helped you see the shift more clearly, a like and a subscribe keeps the channel growing and the next one landing in your feed.